everybody. What's going on, guys? I thought I'd do a little impromptu. What's going on, guys? Well, we got double audio going on. That's what we got going on. Go ahead and mute that. All right, what's happening, everybody? Sorry for my beginnings are always a little rough. That's all right. I steady the ship pretty quickly. I hope everybody's doing well today. I thought I'd do a little. I had an impromptu trip into Raleigh, North Carolina today with my buddy Michael. And he wanted to go to a couple bookshops, so we did so, and a couple thrift stores. So I picked up a bunch of shit. He bought 5 movies. I bought, well, you'll see how many. Maybe 60, 70. Obviously, a bunch of these, a lot of these I'm going to be selling. Nice Price Books down in Raleigh, where I highly recommend. They had like a clearance sale of a whole bunch of archive collection DVDs for like $1.25. You'll see as I go on. All these are fresh. I haven't even really looked into these. Looked interesting, was cheap enough, and so I bought it. And I had a little bit of credit over there as well. And so I went there. I went to Reader's Corner, which is across the street from Nice Price, down on Hillsborough in Raleigh, North Carolina. And what's up, Lucy? What's up, Mr. Bob? How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. And so I ended up spending, I don't know, close to like $100, honestly. But I'll be able to double my money, triple my money probably. And I've got a few handfuls of cool things for the collection. We'll go over it piece by piece as we always do, folks. What's up, Jimmy? Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Means a lot. You guys are the true blue. And I appreciate that shit. All right. Enough fidgeting around. I've got my water. And we've got 3 bags of DVDs and Blu-rays and maybe a couple VHS and even some games. I found some games at the thrift store today. Sorry for all the people that find games boring. I'll make it quick, don't worry. All right, so I don't really know which bag to jump into first, so I'm just going to jump into this one and see what we've got. I'll probably just go over the movies I picked up today. I'm not going to talk about like the movies I've watched. I'm gonna save that for Thursday. I have been watching a few things, some Eddie Murphy movies, but I'll keep those secret for Thursday, and we'll go ahead and discuss those. I've been on a bit of an Eddie Murphy kick. As of late, a little bit of a buddy cop kind of kick. I don't know, early 90s crime comedy stuff. That's where I've been at lately. So, all right, so first up, I found these. There's like 4 or 5 volumes of this in the bag. You'll see them as I pull them out here. These are 2 episodes each from an old Japanese show called Baiyan the Assassin. Now, these are, let's see if I could see a date. I want to say they're from the 70s. These were put out by Tokyo Shock. Let's see. Of course, it doesn't have a year on this. I hate that. I'm angry. Yeah, no date on this thing. But yeah, Baiyan the Assassin. I've seen these elsewhere for much more money. I don't think they go for like more than $5 or $6 a piece because it's only 2 episodes. And let's see how long the episodes are. Oh, they're feature length, 90 minutes a piece, it looks like. So there you go. Mr. Bob, have you seen Meet Dave with Eddie Murphy? No, that's late stage Eddie Murphy. I haven't ventured those rocky seas yet. Those rocky waters. Let's see. Tetsuro Abe. I don't know any of the Japanese names on the back here, but yeah, it's like 2 serialized feature-length TV movies or episodes, whatever you want to call them. Ken Watanabe, as seen in The Last Samurai, Batman Begins, and Memoirs of a Geisha. So it looks like Ken Watanabe is the lead in this. So this must be late 70s, early 80s, I would say. I didn't even notice that was Watanabe. Look at that. You guys know him from Pirates of the Caribbean and Batman Begins, Last Samurai, as it says on here. So really cool. I'll pull these out one by one. Lucy found a copy of Cat in a Shop in England. I've not heard of that one. Interesting. Doesn't really sound like my kind of thing, but you tell me, Lucy. Do you think I'd like that one? What is that one about? I Caught Alive. Hey, Mike. Yes, you did. Kylissa. I like that. You did catch a live stream. I'm so glad that you could do so. I don't recognize your name. I'm sure you've been in here before. I really appreciate you stopping back in. Thank you so much. I'm glad this weird, impromptu live stream is pulling some new names in to catch the live streams. I appreciate you guys watching the rebounds, watching the the reruns, the repeats, whatever you want to call them, the archived live streams. This one I actually picked up for my buddy Michael. I forgot to give it to him. But yeah, this is Man Without a Face, Mel Gibson. I picked this up because we're Mel Gibson fans, and this is one he directed, Mel Gibson. And it's a good movie. It's a tragic movie. It's a heartfelt movie. It's a very... it's uplifting in its own way. But, yeah, I won't go into it too much. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it since I was very, very young. Man Without a Face. Let's see, Lucy, it's Category 3 Hong Kong movie. Oh, wow. Okay, well, instantly I'm interested, Lucy. Don't judge a movie by its name, I guess. All right, next up, I actually didn't check these because these were $0.25 a piece. I didn't even check them to see. I think these were out in their quarter rack because they're Region B. And you know me, I have an all-region player, and I will be able to play this. That is Shaun the Sheep, the movie. Written and directed by Mark Burton and Richard Starzak. So, this is in like that Wallace and Gromit, Nick Park kind of milieu. And I do want to check it out. So one of these I'll be keeping. There's another one in here that I'll be moving. I don't know what these are worth, but we'll see. There are 2 charity shops that are warehouses. They sell loads of DVDs and Blu-rays here. Well, that's awesome. Take advantage of that. Armand, what's going on? Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you coming in here. We're just getting started at our pickup video. We've got 3 big bags full of movies we're going to go through. A lot of weird stuff today, so stay tuned. Shaun the Sheep, the movie. I really always tell myself I got to get more into the Nick Park sort of British claymation scene, but haven't really dug into it quite yet, to be honest. Next up, we have some weird ones that I picked up for $1 because they're worth more than $1 on eBay, and I could move them on eBay and recoup some of the money I spent on myself here. So, here we have, let's see. All right. Armand is asking, what is my top 10 movies? It's tough to say. My top 10 is always shifting and changing places, but the constants for me are The Thing, 82, Blade Runner, The Matrix, Die Hard, Unbreakable. Let's see. Midnight Run. I'm looking at Midnight Run right now, and that's a perfect movie for me. I love that. I've only given about 150 movies a 5-star rating. Feel free to, out of about 5,000 movies I've seen, feel free to check out my Letterboxd, Armand. It's letterboxd.com/MikeTV4388. Anybody could check that out, and you could see which movies I've rated 5 stars. I have tons of lists up there that are public that you could look at that show some of my favorite films. So yeah, Mr. Bob, both have deals on 50 pence for one or 8 for £1. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's really good. Ooh, Die Hard is classic. I love that movie. And second movie, I hate the rest of them. Yeah, I love the third one. I love the third one, and I like the fourth one. I hate the fifth one. I'll meet you there. But I do love Die Hard, one of my favorite movies of all time, for sure. We have Playboy Jazz. Bix. Ain't none of them play like him yet. I don't know what the hell this is. Some music jazz documentary put out by Playboy. It fetches like $20-30, so that's why I picked it up. All right, next up we got a Louis Armstrong DVD. It was sealed. Again, I could get a little bit of money for this, and we'll do so. Next up, I got a film called What Alice Found by Adine Bell. I don't know anything about this. Got a woman on the front with a gun. It looks not really like my kind of thing, but I picked it up because it was $1, and it goes, again, for a little bit of cash. So I'll probably sell this and get something else. Put it towards something else or pocket it for rent. Mr. Bob says Die Hard 1 and 2 are the best. 3 is okay. 4 and 5 are crap in my opinion. Fair enough. I'm halfway there with you. Die Hard 1 is my favorite. 3 is my second favorite. 2 is more of a Die Hard movie, and my third favorite. 4th is my 4th favorite, ironically, and 5th is my least favorite. 4, Live Free and Die Hard, I still think there's a good action movie there. It's shot well in a very sleek way. Kind of a techno take, on Die Hard, and I actually enjoy it. I like the villain. Very different than the rest of the villains, Timothy Olyphant. But the 5th one is unwatchable. But Die Hard 1 and 2 and 3, I love. Next up, we got, I actually didn't look this up to see if it was still fetching something, but it was for some time, like 15 or $20. I'm hoping it still is. and that is a film called Space Camp from '86 with Kate Capshaw, Leah Thompson, Kelly Preston, Leaf Phoenix. A lot of cute '80s chicks in there. And Harry Weiner directs this. I've actually not seen this. I have it on Blu-ray, believe it or not. '80s flick, sci-fi flick that not many people talk about. What are my top 5 romance movies? Favorite or comedy? I don't watch too many romance. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know. I like a good... I like stupid rom-coms like Along Came Polly. I thought that was... I like that movie. It's fun. There are a couple rom-coms I enjoy, but romance movies, I don't know. It's not really my genre too much. It's on my list to get. Yeah, there you go, Mr. Bob. There you go. Space Camp is one to look out for. I've yet to see it, so I can't really talk too much about it. But New Tricks, Season 1, BBC put this out. 3-disc set. I got this for $1 at the Goodwill. And, yeah, fetches 15 or 20 bucks. Nice, easy flip. Meet the Parents. There you go. If you count that as a rom-com, I'll take it. It pretty much is. More on the comedy side, but yeah. I'd say, yeah, that's a really good one. I love Meet the Parents. Bet it's out of this world. There you go. Meltdown with Jet Li was Die Hard vibes. Oh, hell yeah. Also known as, Meltdown? High Rise? No. Yeah, Meltdown. I know the one. It got a sequel, another Meltdown, without Jet Li. But yeah, Meltdown is basically a Hong Kong Die Hard clone. It's really good. Good mention, Kylissa. I really love that movie. I love the energy of that movie. Kinetic action. Days of Thunder. I've never seen Days of Thunder. One of the few Tony Scott films I've yet to see. I do have it on Blu-ray, though. Got it covered. Witches of Eastwick I picked up at the Goodwill to bring to the video game shop I work at. That'll be a good one to have on the shelf. Same thing with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, brand new. A great movie. Damn near perfect, in my opinion. We got some more weird BBC mystery stuff. I don't know this one at all, but again, maybe it's not German. Oh, it's German. German crime. Forgive me. European crime stuff. It looks like it's kind of in the vein of British crime. Mr. Bob says Expendables 4 is the worst out of the series. It has Eddie Hall in it. Interesting. Yeah, I thought 3 was garbage, so I haven't watched 4. Far and Away by Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. I do have that one. I do have that one on Blu-ray. I've yet to see it, though. Picked it up recently. But, yeah, The Inspector and the Sea, Season 1. I picked this up for $1. Again, fetches more than that. So, I don't know why they were clearing these out, these bookshops. But I always take advantage of that dollar shelf to fund the stuff that I want to keep in the collection. Here we have another Bayan the Assassin. This is Volume 3 here. So, we have 1 and 3. And here's another one, Bayan the Assassin, Volume 2. So, I've got a lot of the Bayan the Assassin stuff. I don't know how long it went on. I'd be happy if I got the whole... Oh, TV series ran from 90 to 93. Woo! Yeah, it's definitely not all of it here, so... So, it was a TV show. This is amazing to find. Archive collection. Die Hard 1 and 2, Armand says. Oh, yeah, those are great. Archive collection, Kim. You know, I tried to read the book, Rudyard Kipling's Kim, and it wasn't for me. I thought it was, I don't know, not my style of book, not my style of writing. I like some of Kipling's writing. Kim was not one of my favorites, and it's one of his most popular, so I started there. Errol Flynn, of course, the great Errol Flynn, with Dean Stockwell, believe it or not. Dean Stockwell must have been rather young in this, because this is from 1950. He was acting in the 80s and 90s, if I'm not mistaken. This is awesome. I mean, this is 50s, you know, Errol Flynn action-adventure stuff based on a classic piece of literature. So for $2, look at that. Nice price. Books had this for $2, an archive collection. Perfect condition. Do I like American Pie movies? Yeah, I haven't seen those in probably over 20 years. So I liked them when I was young. I'm not sure how I'd feel about them now. I'd probably enjoy them, at least the first 2. Here we have Bayan the Assassin Volume 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4. I got these all for $1. So Volume 1 through 4 for $4. That's not so bad. Japanese television from the early 80s, it looks like. Late 70s. They don't have years on them, of course. Here's a weird one that I picked up for $3. $2.98. Directed by Daniel Petrie. I know the name. Seen something with him recently. Sam Elliott stars in this film. Ann Archer. Looks like a drama. maybe even like a romance drama. I'm not exactly sure, but it was an archive and an old movie that I had never heard of from the 70s with an actor I like, Sam Elliott. So this one was $3, came out in 76, Lifeguard. Don't know much about it, guys. Remember, these are all like new and exciting for me, so. For $1, I thought this was a no-brainer. Deluxe edition of Cinema Paradiso. Perfect condition. I, again, don't know why this was on their dollar shelf, but I'll take it. Cinema Paradiso. I do have this film on Blu-ray, so this is strictly to pick up and move and sell. If it doesn't sell online, it'll sell at the movie shop or the video game shop I work at. Masters of American Music, Satchmo, Louis Armstrong for $1. So I'm thinking about pairing this with the other Louis Armstrong DVD I had and selling them together. Because they're both fetching a little bit, but save a little bit of money on shipping and sell them together. See, not bad so far. Out of all these, I'm only keeping 6 of the DVDs here. I'm a good boy. This one I picked up on a whim. I'm not sure if it was worth it. It's Season 2. Oh, it's Discs 3 and 4. Damn it. I didn't notice that. Of a show called Mutant X. I thought it was the entire Season 2. Oh well. Maybe I'll bring it to the shop and try to get my money back. My dollar back, at least. It was $1. Mutant X. Has anybody even heard of this show? I have no clue what this is. 04. There were a ton of sci-fi shows around that time. I think Firefly inspired a lot from that era. Here's that other copy of Shaun the Sheep, the movie. These are Region B, but like I said, I could play them on my all-region player that's sitting over there. And, yeah, hopefully these are worth a bit of money. So I could get my $2 back. Oh, no, these were 50 cents. 25 a piece. 25 cents a piece. So, for $0.25, a movie that most people in America can't play, but I can. Holla. All right. Let's see. We'll go through the DVDs. We'll save the Blu-rays for last. All right. We've got a film that I picked up because I actually want to rewatch it, and I don't feel like finding it in my collection. I have it somewhere sealed in my collection, but I'm going to watch it and then bring it to the shop. This will sell. Robin Williams and Kurt Russell. Sell on the names alone. Roger Spottiswoode directs this one. It was more of a drama. It's a comedy, but more of a drama. I don't know. I don't remember much about this. I don't remember it being very funny. I do want to give it another shot, though, which is why I picked it up. Hopefully this is widescreen. It is widescreen, so that's a cool one. I'll watch it and then bring it to the shop. This is a weird one with a weird title. Child Bride of Short Creek, starring Diane Lane, Christopher Atkins, and Helen Hunt. Know nothing about this. It was $1, which is why I picked it up. And I got this at the Goodwill, actually. Let's see. Directed by Robert Michael Lewis, 1981 film, so really early Diane Lane film. Short Creek is a polygamous community in Arizona where 400 Mormon loyalists, 263 of those children, live their own unique secular lifestyle. When a Korean War veteran returns, his experiences outside make living an LDS lifestyle unbearable. So there you go. This is a straight-up drama. I don't know much about this. I picked it up because I had never seen it. It's put out by a decent company, S'more Entertainment. Usually they're worth a little bit, these ones. I'm not sure if this ever got another release. I don't know anything about this, guys. Child Bride of Short Creek really doesn't sound like a movie that I'm going to sit down and watch. So this one, possibly, because I like Kiefer Sutherland, and he plays... You know, in the late 90s, early 2000s, these types of things were very popular in America, where you have a detective who has... other abilities, we'll say, whether it's ESP or extrasensory something or other, where they're able to read the minds and solve the crimes and do all this stuff. Like pseudo-paranormal, supernatural stuff. And like I said, I like Kiefer Sutherland. This one is from the 90s, in fact, 1999. And it's called After Alice. So it's got decent ratings on Letterboxd, and I will give it a shot. We got a sealed copy of 1776. I have this on Blu-ray, believe it or not. This is a musical from 1972 based on the founding of America. So the founding fathers and all that. It's a musical, though, with musical numbers and all of that. So I picked this up to sell it because it's brand new and sealed, so I should be able to get something for that. I have it on Blu-ray, like I said. I haven't seen it. These would be good fodder for the store. Dune, the miniseries here. Frank Herbert's Dune, starring William Hurt, and this was a miniseries that, from what I understand, gets a lot of the detail of the novel. I need to check these out at some point. I have them in the collection already. So I loved Villeneuve's work on the Dune series. I've not read the book. Next up, they had this one as well, Children of Dune, which is the sequel to this TV miniseries. These are connected. James McAvoy, I think, is in this one. Young James McAvoy. Here we have Fistful of Dollars. This is a Clint Eastwood classic Western. Everybody knows this, spaghetti Western. And I picked it up for the video game shop. Quiet Place. I either pick this up for myself. I got to double check if I have it. I think I do. If not for me, then it'll be going to the shop. So what I do is pick these up for $1. I bring them to the shop. I get consignment. The owner and my friend is nice enough to lend me, allow me to do consignment at the shop, which means I buy a movie for $1. I bring it in. I sell it for $5. When it sells, I make $3.50, $2.50 profit. Billy, the owner, makes about 50 cents or something like that. So it's really a really good deal for me. I'm doing a lot less eBay because of it. Certain things have to go on eBay. They won't sell in the video game shop. But something like that obviously will sell pretty quickly. I got to check my collection on that one. Next up, we have Dogville. Dogville. This is a film, again, I'm pretty sure I have somewhere, but I didn't want to go tracking down. I'm going to watch it and give it a shot. Dogville. I've heard such great things about Dogville. It's one of the few big crime movies from the era that I've yet to see, from the early 2000s, early mid-2000s. Lars von Trier, hit or miss for me, but this one seems really unique. I want to give this a shot. Mr. Bob says, need to pick up Dune and Children of Dune TV series. Yeah, they're really cool. Find them at the Goodwills all the time, honestly. National Lampoon presents Dorm Days, a comedy from '04. I don't think I've ever seen this one. I've never even heard of it, frankly. So maybe this is one of the decent National Lampoon's ones. There's dozens and dozens. I don't know what's what. Next up, one of the thrift shops I frequent allowed me in the back room, because when you're nice to people, sometimes they lend nice things back to you. And they allowed me in the back room, and I picked up this. This is X, I believe, the movie, if I'm not mistaken. X, the movie, yep. And last time I checked, this was fetching a little bit, so hopefully that is still the case. This is an anime from the late 90s, mid to late 90s. That was directed by one of my favorite, created by one of my favorite directors of all time. His name is Yoshiaki Kawajiri. He's made some of the greatest anime films, in my opinion, of the 80s and 90s. Cyberpunk, action. He's one of the best anime action directors, I think. Yoshiaki Kawajiri. He's famous for Ninja Scroll. Everybody knows Ninja Scroll. One of the last ones I picked up at the Goodwill is Disaster, the movie. This looks like kind of a ripoff of Team America with the puppets and everything. Roy T. Wood, who's done nothing else, directed this movie in '06, so around the time of Team America. This is almost like a mockbuster here. And, yeah, Disaster, the movie. I have no idea what this is about. Not a clue. But there's a poster for Space Camp in one of the screenshots on the back. That's pretty funny. Apparently Motley Crue is in this. More thrilling than Armageddon and raunchier than Team America. Yeah, we'll see about that. Is it funnier, though? Or better? I thought this was an interesting... Anytime I see a puppet movie made whenever, I'm going to pick it up. So, Disaster the movie. That's a weird one. Next up, some of you guys know I'm a big hip-hop fan. And I found this DVD called Scratch, a film by Doug Prey. It's got Africa Bambaataa, Jazzy J, DJ Crush, Primo, Rob Swift, The Executioners, Qbert, DJ Shadow. A lot of great DJs and producers from hip-hop lore. Newmark, Cut Chemist, I don't really know what this is. This is a documentary, I suppose, on scratching and DJing and producing and all that good stuff from the 70s, 80s onwards. So, nice, big, long documentary, over 4 hours long. Pretty cool. 2 discs. Not bad. I picked this one up. Frankly, I picked it up because it's a buddy cop film as well as directed by Charles Stone III. Charles Stone III did Paid in Full, which is one of my favorite, we'll say, urban dramas. I don't know what to fucking call them. It's a crime drama, hood drama, some people say. Whatever you want to say. Very hip-hop inspired. You know, it came out at the time where I was, knee-deep in hip-hop culture. And, I like his work, so I want to give this one a shot. It's called Lila and Eve. This came out in 2015, which gives me some hope. The last 10 years of cinema have not been my favorite, and usually movies made within the last 10 years irk me in one way or another. Because they're not just trying to tell me a good story anymore over the last 10 years. We've gotten more heavy-handed in our messaging and less subtle. And I feel that when I watch modern movies. I just do. And they're all kind of the same. They're all glossy and pretty, and everyone's beautiful, and they're all kind of soulless and vapid over the last 10 years. I'm not saying there aren't good movies out there. Of course there are, and I could talk about them, but every time I watch a movie over the last 10 years, I just feel, I don't know, there's something weird about it. Things are changing in our culture, and I feel like movies have reflected that. Mythbusters Collection 2. This goes for around 15 bucks. I figured a full season of Mythbusters would. I got it for $1. Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars, brand new and sealed. I'm hoping I can get something for this. If not, again, to the video game store. I have a good setup right now in my life where I could continue to collect and save money, pay all my bills, and have a good time. Try to enjoy. Barney. I picked up Barney I Love You gift set with Barney and all Baby Bop and all the, was it BJ? Good old BJ. Interesting name for a kid's show. Includes 3 DVDs and a bonus CD. This I'm going to be selling on eBay, most likely. I don't think this will sell at the game shop, but it will sell on eBay. And Barney stuff this set fetches like $15 or $20. Very seldom do you find these in good shape. These were in perfect shape, believe it or not. So, adult owned. I don't know. All right, next up we got a nice stack of games. Now I paid much less than these are worth, but I did pay a little bit for them. $9 for Wii Sports Resort, but complete like this is like a $35 game easily. So I'll either bring this to my shop or sell it on eBay. We shall see. Let's see. This is not my type of game, so I don't really need a copy of it. Minecraft, another one that's not really my style, but this fetches about double what I picked up. And again, with my consignment deal, I could pick these up, right? I could pick this up at $6, sell it for $12, and still end up making a few dollars profit. No sweat off my back. I'm at the thrift store anyway. Helps my friend and the owner, Billy. Helps me. A lot of the money that I have on consignment is play money. You know, I have 3 sources of income plus that consignment, and so I use that as my movie money. Not always. When I need to do something more important, or game money. When I need to do something more important, I take it out and as cash, but usually I keep it in there as store credit. But Minecraft, I picked that up. That'll be an easy sale at the store. This one I think I'm going to pick up because this is the superior version, and I'm not sure that I don't think I have any of these. Maybe I don't. Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age Origins Awakening. I've heard great things about Dragon Age and Dragon Age Origins. Is Origins the sequel? I don't even know. This was a cool one to pick up. This is I picked it up for $11, but it does go for like 25 or so. This is really the premier edition of both of these games. And I've always wanted to play these. I miss these for some reason. I haven't played many BioWare games. I need to do that. This one I picked up because I already have it, but God almighty, this copy is clean. I mean, not a fucking scratch on it. And not a scratch on it. It comes with everything. It's got the little send-away thing, a perfect manual, and perfect box art. Everything is perfect on this. So I already have a copy of it, but I'm going to sell it, bring it back to the shop that I bought it at, the game shop, and keep the last remnant. This is a big, epic Japanese turn-based RPG. And then last but not least, my copy is a little waterlogged, so I picked up Rise, Son of Rome. This is really cool for somebody who's into history like I am, because you get to play through like the height of the empire, height of the Roman Empire. It's a really cool game with really unique controls and great graphics. You get to play in the gladiator, Colosseum. Really cool movie. Or video game, and I can't wait to actually sit down and play through this. It's exclusive to the Xbox as well, Xbox One. So not many of those. I only pick up Xbox games for myself when they're exclusive. I'm not a big Xbox fan. Alright, and last but not least from the Goodwill, A Night at the Roxbury. I figured this would be a good one to bring to the store. It's, pop culture. A lot of people know this. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Everybody knows that song. And I think everybody knows that song because of Night at the Roxbury. Pretty funny movie. It holds up pretty well. Early Will Ferrell movie. Maybe his first movie coming off of... This was an SNL movie, so... Because these were based on SNL characters. For $1, The Assisi Underground, put out by MGM, sort of their archive, Warner Archive type of label. MGM, this is formatted on a DVD-R, you know, on demand. I do have this one already, believe it or not. I've found 2 of these in the wild now. This one, $1, unbelievable. Ben Cross, James Mason, Irene Pappas, and Maximilian Schell, a great cast. Let's see, the gripping story of crucial work done by the people of Assisi to rescue hundreds of Italian Jews from Nazi execution during their occupation of Italy in 1943. Ben Cross and Maximilian Schell stars. So that sounds great. Got a guy silhouetted in front of a stained glass window with a, you know, like an SS member there. Jack-booted thug. I love the cover. Minimalistic, but really cool. And evocative. Next up, we have The Adventures of Captain Marvel. This is so cool. I do own it on Blu-ray. I own the entire set on Blu-ray. Put out by Artisan, so I hope this is worth a little bit. It's worth more than $1. Definitely. But this is the entire serial collection of The Adventures of Captain Marvel. Now, The Adventures of Captain Marvel... Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can get going. I can hold a tune every once in a while. Not to you know, be pretentious, but yeah, I've got a little bit of that in me, for sure. I love singing. I've sang my whole life. And yeah, so Adventures of Captain Marvel was, again, this is Shazam, essentially. Before there was some legal battle over the rights to the name Captain Marvel between whoever owned this and Marvel, you know, all that we know and love. This is 216 minutes of Shazam, or Captain Marvel, done in 1941, so this is early film serials. They would play these before movies, and you'd go back to it would be a reason for you to go back to the movie because you want to see the next part in the serial. And, yeah, really, but they are also kind of standalone. You know, they kind of follow a story, but they're also standalone, so you can enjoy them as is. That's, these were very influential to people like George Lucas and Spielberg. Again, I own it on Blu-ray, so I don't need the DVD. Vast majority of the stuff is moving, which is great. It's a good day when I have more movies that I'm selling than ones that I'm keeping. Amusement. Again, I'm going to bring this to the video game shop. Any horror does really well, especially weird stuff like this. Obscure, weird stuff, amusement. I've actually yet to see it. Finding this was awesome. I have it, but I'm hoping, again, either on eBay or to the store. Not exactly sure. But a series of 8 short films. These are the higher short films with Clive Owen, each one directed by a different director. But listen to some of these directors that they signed up for these. So we have John Woo, Joe Carnahan, Tony Scott, John Frankenheimer, Ang Lee, Wong Kar-wai, Guy Ritchie, and Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. And these are some of the best directors of all time. All got together and made one of each of these, the higher shorts. These are only like 5-10 minutes long, but they are little action pieces by these great directors. And I can't wait to sit down and just watch all of these. They're all going to have very distinct styles because of the directors that are signed on to them. But yeah, this is really cool. I already own it. This one is flawless, so I'll probably keep this one. Beautiful condition. Here we have a movie called Aerosmith. Now, a lot of these... Aerosmith, I just realized that there's a band called Aerosmith, which is spelt slightly differently, of course. But John Ford directed this, which is why I picked it up. And it doesn't look necessarily like my type of film. It looks more like a romance kind of thing. But you know what? We'll give it a shot. Country doctor, idealistic, hardworking, and happily married. Yeah, it seems like a bit of a drama, romance kind of thing. But I might keep that one in the collection. I could definitely tell that you've been singing since you was a kid. Bruh, you got such a talent. I wouldn't be surprised if I heard you were... Oh, that means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Don't flatter me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've got some music I'm working on. I don't sing much in it, but it's a new rap cut. It's a new hip-hop cut I have called Darkness, and I've completed the beat. It's got to sit down and record the damn song. I have all the equipment now. I've been piecing it together very slowly over the last 6 months. So I'm going to get ready to record a new song, and it's a totally original song. I made the beat sampled. You'll recognize some of the samples. But I rapped a few verses, did the hook, everything. So I'm really, really proud of it. Some of my best work. It's a darker song with a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, but it's I'm really excited. I wrote it when my dog died, and I was in a really dark place. So it was really me pouring out my soul. And I can't wait to share that with you guys. It's going to go right up on the channel. You guys are going to be the first to hear it. So, all right, next up we've got another archive collection action movie from like the 60s here, 62. Looks like it's a little past its time for 62, but Seven Seas to Calais, or Calais? I'm not sure if that's French. I should know. Rod Taylor is in this. Keith Mitchell is in this. Anthony Dawson. That's about it. I don't really recognize. Rudolph Mate directed this. I don't really know much about this, guys. It's a little action adventure, high seas, pirate adventure, you know, sword, you know, fencing. You got all the sword fights, all that kind of stuff. That starts in the 30s with Errol Flynn and continues on, obviously, through the 60s here. So, Rod Taylor action movie from the 60s. Sign me up, and you want to know how much this was? $2.98. $2.98. Unbelievable. No problem, Jimmy. Hey, c'est la vie. He passed in February. I'll never get over it. Obviously, I was. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do as an adult, and yeah. But I was there with him in his last moments, and that means a lot to me. Whoo-wee! All right. Oh, Christ. All right. I'm gonna have a sip of water. I'm an emotional man. All right, guys. So we got Far From the Madding Crowd. I picked this up for myself rather recently. Julie Christie, Terrence Stamp, young dashing Terrence Stamp, Peter Finch, Alan Bates. I don't know much about this one either. I know it's based on a book by Thomas Hardy. I know that. It's about 3 hours long. It was made in 1967. Looks like it deals with some sort of war. Let's see, roguish soldier, rich landowner, yada yada, Alan Bates, oh, John Schlesinger directed this film. That's a good sign. Schlesinger's a good filmmaker. That'll be going somewhere. Alright, we've got a film called Elephant Walk. Now, they had a copy of this for $6, and then they had a copy for $1 on their clearance shelf, and I was like, well, I'll take the $1 one, please. Thank you very much. Elephant Walk, Elizabeth Taylor, Dana Andrews, and Peter Finch. Peter Finch was also in the Madding Crowd there. Popular British actor of the time. In 1953, this came out. Honestly, I really don't know much about this. Action-packed drama, set in Ceylon, sprawling tea plantation, yada, yada, yada. I gotta do research on all these films and figure out if I'm keeping them in the collection or not. This was $1. It's really no risk because I know these go for more on eBay. Can make my $1 back with a little bit of work, or I could bring it to the video game shop, make my money that way. Yes, this is how I choose to spend my time. It is what it is. This is a film I swear to God I'd never heard of. 1973. It looks like a crime comedy caper kind of film. Have you guys even ever heard of these actors? Cliff Gorman and Joseph Bologna. One of the year's funniest movies, 1973. Michael Legrand did the music. Aram Avakian directed this film. I have no clue, guys. Hour and a half, 1973. For $1, no doubt about it. No doubt about it for $1. So, I'll be definitely adding this one to the collection. 70s comedies, crime comedies, for $1. I'm a simple man. Who's Got the Action? Dean Martin, Lena Turner, Eddie Albert, Walter Matthau. Quite the cast. Looks like a romance comedy from the 60s, of which Dean Martin did a few. Kind of looks like a Rock Hudson, Doris Day kind of picture. Not really my kind of thing, but, you know, it's fetching $15. No problemo. But yeah, that's Who's Got the Action? That one probably doesn't have much action, I would presume. Oh, I didn't really mean to pick this up. That's alright. I'll bring it to the shop. It was $0.25. I mean, literally $0.25. I think I already own this version of Cinderella, if I'm not mistaken. I like different versions of these fantastical, like, classical fairy tales, you know? And this one came out in 2001, it looks like. Is that right? Maybe not. Who's in this? Ginger Rogers. Oh, no. This couldn't have been. Okay. Walter Pidgeon. Let me look at the Roman numerals real quick. I think I could probably make it out. So it's 50. That's 64. This is from 1964. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Much older than I thought. I didn't see who was in it. I saw it for a quarter. I had never seen it. Put out by a good label. I picked it up. Here we have a film by Danny Kaye. Again, Danny Kaye is musical, comedy kind of guy. I don't know. I haven't seen too many of his films. Not really my type of thing. This one came out in 1953, though. It's called Knock on Wood with May Zetterling. Written, produced, and directed by Norman Panama and Melvin Frank. Cast Danny Kaye as a neurotic American ventriloquist performing in Europe in a parody of the 1946 thriller Dead of Night. Ah, that's really cool. Kaye is unable to control the words coming out of his dummy, resulting in a near-nervous breakdown. His manager and best friend David Burns orders him to see a famous psychiatrist. So this is more of a straight-up comedy, less of a romance. That sounds great. And Dead of Night, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Dead of Night like one of the first anthology films of all time that ever came out? I'm looking over in my collection right now. I think I picked it up on Blu-ray. I think it was an anthology film, and it must have had like a ventriloquist bit in it. All right, one that means a lot to me. I grew up watching this. I love this show. No, I've never seen this show. It's called Horseland. I don't know what the hell this is. Looks like it's from '08, maybe? It looks older than '08, but maybe not. The entire collection for $1. These cookie jar releases usually fetch more than $1, so I'm going to sell this. No problem. We got some more Blu-rays here. I'm going to save the Blu-rays for last. Why not, right? Another one of these archive collection action-adventure films from the 30s to the 40s. This one's from '38. Put out by Archive, directed by Archie Mayo. Gary Cooper, Basil Rathbone, Sigrid Curie. I don't know any of... Elena Turner, I know that name. Alan Hale. The Adventures of Marco Polo with Basil Rathbone and Gary Cooper. Young Gary Cooper here. And $1, guys, for an archive collection. Maybe they think these are printed on demand and they're worth less. I don't know, but they always put their archive collection on their dollar shelf, and I always take advantage of that. This is so cool. Static Shock, The New Kid, for $1. Volume 1. This only has a few episodes, but I have a feeling this is not easy to find. This is an early, like a 90s superhero. Unique at the time because it was a black superhero that was sort of, grew up on the streets, kind of like Spider-Man, kind of like Miles Morales, that kind of thing. But Static Shock, really cool character, and yeah, this is only a few episodes, but that's okay. I have never seen Static Shock out in the wild, and for $1, hell yeah, I'll add that to the collection. Very picky with TV and cartoons these days, but that's one I definitely want to give a shot to. Madame Curie. Now, Madame Curie historically was a professor, was part of the atomic breakthrough at the time. There's been books written about her and everything, based on a book by Eve Curie, the person who the movie is about. I don't know much about this. It's a drama. It's a biopic from the 50s or 40s, 43. I don't know. We'll look into it, see if it's worth keeping in the collection or moving on eBay or wherever else. Another time, another place. Again, I just picked this up because it was so cheap, $1. It says Introducing Sean Connery. The film that introduced Sean Connery to moviegoers. So I think this might be the first feature film he did. I know he was doing theatrical work, maybe television work. I'm not sure. Yeah, this an early Sean Connery movie. I think it might be more of a romance, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, we've got Digimon Tamers. Digimon, season... Volume 2 we have here. Third season, Volume 1. The official third season, Volume 1. I'm confused. It literally says the official third season, Volume 1, and at the top it says Volume 2. So your guess is as good as mine. No idea. This is kind of like a Pokemon ripoff from back in the day. I figured for $1 this would either sell at the store for more or on eBay. So... And lastly, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are something incredibly cool that are worth much more than $1 a piece. And that is the, what do we have? Season 2, Season 4, part of Season 3. I have part of Season 1. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, guys. But this is the show from like 03, 04, 05. Really underrated. Anime inspired, I would say. Really, really cool show. Probably better than the 87 show, if I'm being completely honest. I think it's phenomenal. Great action, great stories, great plotting. Very reminiscent of Batman the Animated Series, in my opinion. And so I got all these for $1. This is, for example, the complete Season 2. TMNT 03. This is actually the 4th season. This is from 08. Still cool, though. Is it the 4th season? Season 2 from 08. I don't know. I have to do research on these guys. Ways of the Warrior. This is Season 3.4, it's saying. So it has 5 episodes. 3.3, 5 episodes. 3.5, 5 episodes. I don't know what any of this really means, frankly. But you don't see the 03, 04 Turtles show on DVD very often. And when you do, they're hard to find. They're rare. They're worth a little bit. And so 3.7, I think I might have all of Season 2, 3, and 4 here. Which is amazing. Amazing. The entire Season 4. Look at that. 2 discs, 14 episodes. The entire Season 4 for $1, guys. $1. Again, I don't pick up just any cartoons these days. I pick up cartoons of quality. This has some light scratches, but nothing crazy. Of quality, or things that I grew up with. Things that I still think tell good adult stories. That is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So, next up we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Blu-rays, and I picked up Until Dawn for $10. It goes for $20 brand new. I'm gonna bring this to the store. I'll make $6 on it. Boss makes a little bit. Everybody's happy. I have it on PS5. All right, we'll save the coolest ones for last. That's a cool one. This I would say is the least coolest, but still a film that I've always wanted to see. Larry Bishop, who has popped up in a couple movies here and there as a character actor that I think he's pretty fun. I forget what he popped up in. Mad Dog Time. Mad Dog Time. He's in a few other weird movies as like a strange character. But yeah, $2.98. Hell Ride. Very cool. Larry Bishop directs and writes this and stars in it. He was in a movie I watched recently. I forgot what the hell it is. But $2.98 for Hell Ride. Thought that was worth it. We'll give it a shot. Exploitation. Tarantino presented it, so it might be okay. Next up, we have a movie that I haven't seen in many years. And I remember enjoying it. I remember being oddly intrigued by it. I thought it was an odd movie with an odd performance by Gary Shandling, a very odd actor, frankly, an odd comedian. John Goodman, Linda Fiorentino, Ben Kingsley, Greg Kinnear, Annette Bening. So quite the cast. Mike Nichols, big Hollywood director. He's done a lot of stuff over the years. This is more of like a romance comedy, but with sci-fi elements. To save his planet of men, an alien named Harold is sent to Earth to procreate with a woman. But he's worlds away from understanding the opposite sex. So that's kind of a good, succinct way to put what this film is about. Mr. Gretzky. Do I know that name? What up, Matt? Is that you, Matt? What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Haven't seen you in a long time. Every once in a while, we run into each other in the wild. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you and yours are doing well, my friend. But yeah, so I picked up What Planet Are You From? A film that I have on DVD, but I haven't seen this in a long time. Mill Creek put this out. $8. I bet you it's worth more than $8. This is a weird one to put out. So, $7.98 I spent on this. Not bad. Next up, we picked up Scream Factory actually put out a copy of the Psycho remake, believe it or not. Good to hear. Good to hear, Matt. Hope you're still collecting, stacking the games, playing the games. But that is Psycho from 1998, a film that a lot of people hate, which is interesting to me because it's a shot-for-shot remake of a film everybody loves. I understand the subtleties and the performances are different, the atmosphere is different, it's not in black and white, I get all that. But I think it's an interesting experiment, and Gus Van Sant directs a decent movie here. And I have been wanting to rewatch it. Once I saw that Scream Factory put it out, I was like, yeah, I gotta keep an eye out for that. So Psycho from '98, a film that I don't hate as much as everybody else, but a film, upon next rewatch, I will determine if I like it or not. Save the coolest and most expensive one for last. Here we have Brotherhood of the Wolf. This one I did spend a decent chunk on, but this one was mostly covered by my credit. That's $14.98 for another Scream Factory movie here, Brotherhood of the Wolf. So this is the director's cut of Brotherhood of the Wolf. Really cool film that is genre bending. It's got all different genres in it: action, adventure, fantasy, horror, romance, you name it. This is a very epic film put out by Christoph Gans. Christoph Gans, I believe, is directing the new Silent Hill movie, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I've been wanting to rewatch this, and honestly, this has the director's cut, which is the best cut from what I understand. Came out in 2002. It's got my boy Mark Dacascos in it. It is a French language film, English, original French language. It does have the English dub, but we won't be watching that, will we? But yeah, so this is a great movie. I remember really enjoying this, hyper atmospheric, and getting ready to watch this one again. 15 bucks, can't really go wrong with that. Collecting movies, toys, and games. Excellent. Excellent, my friend. Yeah, I'm doing movies and games these days. Not many toys because I don't have room. And books. Obviously, I'm still collecting books and reading a lot. All right, next up, we have the most expensive one. It was $24.95, but I know I got an okay deal on it. Probably goes for about that on eBay and everything. Put out by Film Movement. What's it? Film Movement Classics. This is an all-region release of a film that everybody says, or people in serious film circles say that is one of the best spaghetti westerns of all time. I think it's interesting because it's a snowy spaghetti western. There weren't too many of those. Usually, you think of spaghetti westerns and you think of, dry deserts and, spit cans and, people sweaty people. But this one is by Sergio Corbucci, and it's a very snowy spaghetti western. I hear this is one of the best spaghetti westerns of all time. Klaus Kinski stars in this. Jean-Louis Trintignant. I can't even. Trintignant. Vanetta McGee. Frank Wolf. Luigi Pistilli. Italian with English subtitles. Of course, it has the original Italian language, which is great. And yeah, Klaus Kinski is the villain in this, and I know he's going to blow me away because he always does. This is Tarantino's, one of his favorite westerns. He always brings it up as one of his biggest influences, so I've got to see this. Screenplay by Sergio Corbucci and Bruno Corbucci and a couple others. I'm going to watch this really soon because I'm in the mood for a good spaghetti western. 68, so really, like right when Good, Bad, and the Ugly came out, and probably overshadowed this one quite a bit. 50th anniversary edition here, put out by Film Movement. It's in perfect shape. Excelente. And it's got a little booklet in here. Always nice. Can't wait to check out The Great Silence. One of the great spaghetti westerns of all time. So I hear. Stay in Pine Level and hunt all over. There you go. Excellent. Glad you could tune in, Matt. Good to talk to you, man. Alright, guys. Well, that's going to do it. That is the pickup. I mean, quite a cool pickup, right? A lot of unique stuff. I love these kind of outings where I just find cool thing after cool thing, unique things I've never heard of. That's what really excites me in this hobby. Always finding things that I've never heard of. So, I really appreciate all you guys coming out. Thanks to all the people that joined that I don't recognize the names. Some of the new people, I'll say, that stopped into the channel. I really appreciate all you guys. And I will see you guys on Thursday. We're going to have a nice live stream. I might do something more focused. I want to do director retrospectives. What do you guys think of that? I was thinking about doing Sam Raimi, since I've seen almost all of his films except for Send Help and Crime Wave. And so I could kind of watch those and then do a full Sam Raimi filmography ranking. And I think that would be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? Like director retrospective / filmography kind of rankings. I think that would be a fun thing to do. Dave Mustaki, no problem, man. You can catch up on it with the archived version of the live stream, which will be uploaded in good quality in about 4 or 5 hours probably. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. We're going to try to switch it up on Thursday. Jimmy, thank you so much for the kind words. You are the best. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you for the like, Dave. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe and the the little bell for notifications. I really appreciate all you guys. Matt, good seeing you again. You guys take care. I'll see you Thursday, all right? Take it easy. Peace.